Everyone, welcome to my YouTube video. Thank you for logging in today. Today I wanted to cover where we last left off with our portfolio. Again, if you're new to this channel, the whole idea and purpose of this channel is to put in $500 into the stock market, specifically this portfolio, every month. And if we're able to grow in subscribers, then we could increase that amount from what it is, the $500 to even more. So one of the main principles of this account is going to be to meet a certain goal. And that goal is we have to meet 20% to 35% return for this year. So we started officially at around March 20th, 2019. So by March 20th, 2020, we should be 20% above our initial investment, right? So that's one of the main goals that we will be fighting and striving to get to. All right, so as you guys can see, currently we are at 9.79% gains, guys. That is really impressive for just being involved for about, I want to say about 3 to 4 months, maybe closer to 4 months. So my current holdings are in Cisco, AMD, Siri, and Snap. So we have 18 shares of Cisco, 57 shares of AMD, 15 shares of Sirius XM, and 32 shares of Snapchat. If you guys don't know what these companies are, I urge you to, go on Google and do some research as to what they are, what they're involved with. You guys will definitely be a bit more informed about some great technology companies out there currently. So let's go over this. I know I haven't been producing a lot of videos. There's only 2 other videos on my channel, so let me go over what I've done here and how we are at $313 return, right? So again, we started off at around March 20th, invested our first 500. That went up to about that went up, whatever that is. Yeah, so about $48, right? So after that, there was a bit of a drop. We still held on to what we had. We did a little bit of editing of our stocks. If you look at the first 1 or 2 videos, you'll see that the stocks that I held there are not, for the most part, aren't similar to what I have right now. Again, for the first like 1 to 2 months, you might be, if you're following along with this channel and you're trying to build a portfolio of your own, you might be sort of figuring out what your strategy is, what stocks you want to hold, because one of the main principles of this strategy is to hold on for at least a minimum of 1 year. So whatever stock we hold on to, let's say you bought 10 shares of Cisco, you have to hold 10 shares of Cisco for at least a year, so that when we sell, we can get the maximum benefits of not paying taxes or not paying crazy taxes. You'll still have to pay taxes, but not as much. All right, so back to this chart. Again, this is just going to be a quick overview video. I don't want to go too far in depth into anything at this moment. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. So around here, I put in another $500. Guys, I did cheat. I did put in two excess $500, so an excess of $1,000. If I followed the rules, I would have been at 2,200, but I kind of got a bit too excited and got carried away. Anyways, so I invested a $500 extra around this point. I knew what was happening with AMD. AMD was doing very successfully. They're also releasing a new line of chips that were going to be extremely competitive with current offerings in the market. They were really trying to steal market share from Intel. And what they were planning really paid off. A lot of people were interested in what they had to offer. And because of that, people really put in a lot of their money into AMD stock. And because of that, largely because of that, this is why our portfolio moved from around this point to a maximum of 3429 a maximum of 3481 by June 10th. After that date, again, one thing that you will see frequently is after there is a sign of great growth, people want to leave, people want to exit out and move their money onto other places. A lot of sort of day traders do this strategy, right? Or maybe they invested a lot of money and they are really happy with what they got in returns. So they just want to cash out. So that's what you see here. A lot of people left holding AMD and it sort of dropped. And after this point, I believe around here, I invested also into Snapchat because I knew Snapchat was doing I personally knew that Snapchat was going to do very successfully based off of research and also user experience, right? I am a daily user of Snapchat, so I know how they're really innovating that app. Anyways, after that, I invested into Snapchat, and then we went all the way up to about 3597. Again, the principle of people leaving after great gains. That's what we see here. I believe at this point, Snapchat and AMD really kicked in together, and that pushed me up to 3609. Or a high of about, I don't know, 3635 or 3641. There you go. And that's about 13.81, so 14% returns in total. Very close to our 20% that we're targeting. But again, it's always too early to tell what you'll do in the long run. So let's see what happens next. Right now we're a bit under. We fell a bit today. We're back at 3513 from a high of 3600. Around 3600, we fell down to about 3500. The reason why was because a lot of geopolitical news. If you guys look into what's happening between the United States and China right now, we're not being very successful with making a great deal. Because of that, people are investing their money into the stock markets, into the economy, and that's one of the reasons that we sort of dropped today. Also, these past 2 weeks have been really emotional for a lot of people because it is we're very deep into sort of earnings season, if you will, and a lot of people are moving their money around. Certain stocks are doing fantastically, others are doing so well, and that's definitely having an impact. Um, so yeah, that's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 3513 right now. Um, yeah, so guys, thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate this. If you guys are just viewing for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for the next video. All right, guys, till next time.